Hey, what's going on, everybody? Justin here, and in this video, I want to go over some of my bookish slash reading slash booktube goals that I had set for myself earlier this year when I come back from my hiatus. I believe it was in February, earlier in 2024 here. And I usually set myself different goals. Some of them are kind of metric based, or are metric based, and then some are kind of not. But it's still definitely like a failing grade per se, but it's actually a lot better than what I usually have kind of going on when I do these things. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first one is was to have read 52 books by the end of the year. This was just like the easy layup, slam dunk one that I always put, just because I usually read around 100-ish, kind of in that ballpark. I think I'm at 61 as of like the first week of July here, so I'm definitely, already past that and everything. But like I said, that's just kind of the gimme, so I don't feel like I get zero out of 9 goals. But the next one is to read 12 Oxford Very Short Introductions, which are these books right here. If you've seen any of my videos, I don't always, but oftentimes I'll be talking about some of these titles and stuff. They have, I think, 800 or 900 titles at this point in time, covering all kinds of stuff: literature, biographies, philosophy, biological sciences, physical sciences, mathematics, like sociology, all kinds of, anything. Like right there was branding, the Napoleonic War, social psychology, Roman Britain, climate, Spinoza. It's like all kinds of stuff. I've read 6 so far. The reason I do 12 is just like one per month, just to kind of broaden my thoughts on some different stuff. So I'm exactly like right where I need to be there. And I wrote down volcanoes, the Maya, Spanish Civil War, the Crusades, American poetry, and biodiversity conservation were the 6 that I read. And I think the highlight would definitely be the Spanish Civil War one. I really enjoyed that one. I wrote like a really big paper on that like a long time ago, way back in the day in college and stuff. So that's kind of when I saw that one. I was like, I'll like refresh my memory and stuff. So I did enjoy that one. Number 3 was to participate or do 10 reading events or something like that for BookTube. And I've done quite a few. I've participated in March of the Mammoth, Springathon, Climathon. I'm pretty active on Historathon, I feel, and all these things. Like I've done videos or joined the Discords or whatever. But I also started my own philosophy Discord where, like, this month we're reading Plato's, we're reading the Credo, the Phaedo, the Meno, Euthyphro, and the Apology. Just a bunch of like short kind of like dialogues from Plato. Last month we did the symposium. Probably wasn't quite long enough, so we decided we can do more than one dialogue at a time if they're on the short side. So anyways, definitely I'll leave a link down below. If philosophy is kind of your thing, we're just a bunch of like amateur people just talking about like kind of like what we're reading and stuff. So anyways, like I said, I feel pretty good with that, and I feel like I'm on par for 10 reading events, and I might have one secret project fell to the wayside, unfortunately, but I do have another secret project kind of in the works in a couple months, maybe, if there's interest in such a thing. So let me know if you want me to try to do a secret project. Not even sure what I was going for right there, but anyways, let's go on to the next one. So I do read a little bit of fiction, but it's almost always on like the Warhammer-y stuff. I read both Age of Sigmar, which is like the fantasy stuff, and 40k, which is like, Space Marine, sci-fi-ish kind of stuff. And I put 12 and 12, which is probably a bit ambitious, because if you're reading 12 Oxford Very Short Introductions, 12 Age of Sigmar, and 12 Warhammer 40k, that's 36 books just right there. I guess the idea was like 1 per month for everything, but that's just a lot of reading, just kind of like already said. So so I read 4 Sigmar ones and 5 40k ones, but to be honest, like I think they're out of the 9 there, I think 5 were like in January, I think, something like that. So it's definitely kind of starting like take a downturn. I just have to be in like the right mood for it, because it's almost like candy. I guess I shouldn't say it. Like it's basically candy, like reading in a way. It's just super fluff, super genre fiction. I really enjoy it, but I can only like I get in the mood for it and I'll read a bunch, and then I kind of like just put it off to the side for a while. But not like terrible. Just only 3 behind, so I don't feel too bad about that. So that was 4 and 5. Number 6 was actually the one I was like most focused on, which is to not have any gaps longer than 2 weeks on like uploading videos and doing BookTube and all that kind of stuff. And I'm pleased to say this is probably like my most consistent era I've ever had on BookTube. I think my longest gap was like 5 days. It was either 5 or 6 days. So not even like one full week. So I feel really good about that. For those who are like long-time followers of the channel, I'm sure they appreciate that too. Because usually what happens is I'll go for like 3 or 4 months, do really pretty good, you know. Then I'll take like a month or 2 off, and then sometimes I'll take like 6 months, 6 months off. So like I said, not having even like a single full week go by without doing something on BookTube, I feel is a big win for me. Like this is the moral win there. Number 7 is to do a library tour, which I still have the whole year, right? I set myself. I have not even like contemplated that. Like it's just I don't even have like that big of a library compared to a lot of people that I've seen on BookTube and stuff. I just don't really know exactly like the best way to go about it. Whether it's, if you have suggestions, do we do like I'm not doing like one like 5-hour video. This is not happening. But some people just read like the name and title. Like they'll just show the book, read the name and title, and that's basically it. And they'll just like blast through like a whole like section, you know. Or some people kind of go shelf by shelf, and it's kind of more like a conversation for each shelf. So I don't know. What do you? Let me know in the comments about what you prefer for stuff like that. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about doing it, because I have promised this for literally like 3 years at this point. So I need to do it this year. Number 8 was to catch up on book reviews. So book reviews is like what my channel kind of started out with, and I'm pretty close to approaching 100 like individual like book review videos. I think I'm like around 90 something. But yeah, I've done I think 5 or 6 since returning back to BookTube here, which like it's like maybe like 1 a month ish. I feel like I need at least like, I don't know, double that, because I feel like a lot of the books I read I don't even like end up like talking about. Like sometimes it just, you know, if they're not like, you know, if they're kind of like in the middle, like they just kind of get ignored a lot of the time. So I don't know, maybe like at least like every other weekend or something like that. So I'd like to increase that for sure. So I feel like that's kind of a fail, because I'm definitely not even like caught up on the stuff I really need to do that have been like sent to me. So that definitely has to get like stepped up a little bit. And then lastly, branch out into gardening and field guidebooks. And this has been like a complete flop. I've tried a couple video ideas, and they just, I was not like pleased with them. So I never like, you know, uploaded them or anything like that. So I'm still like kind of working on it, but I'm not 100%. Like I said, I can't like guarantee this one's gonna happen. Granted, even though I'm in zone 4, I actually have a garden kind of going on now. So I'll at least be able to like maybe go sit out in the garden and do some videos and stuff. Just like my normal videos in the garden. But yeah, like I said, I'm not like always super creative with like the video ideas, and like they sound really good in my head, and then when I like watch the video, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like how did I actually record that? What was I thinking? Kind of like on a side note though, even though I haven't done that, I have branched out to a lot of like kind of different books. Like I said, I've been picking up philosophy a lot more. It's definitely been a lot easier, just like, you know, with friends on the Discord and stuff. I am going to start reading some historical fiction with my friend Tim, if you've seen any of his videos. So that's the thing. And I've been reading a lot of like books on like current issues and stuff like that, which I very, very rarely read. But I feel like I've read like 5 or 6, 7 books already this year on stuff like that. So I do feel like I'm branching out, just not like what I wrote down, which is, you know, fine with me. But overall, so that's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 9 actually isn't horrific. Compared to like a lot of the times, which like 2 out of 10 usually, something like that. So I'm almost at halfway. And like I said, I still got 6 more months to do some of the stuff. Like I said, let me know about the library tour. That's probably the most pertinent one that I've like kind of promised forever and just like haven't actually got to. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, and thanks for stopping by and just listening to me talk about my goals. I like to kind of just check in every couple months just to kind of even remember what I was supposed to be doing and why I actually, you know, wrote those down, why I thought they were important, things like that. But I hope your reading has been doing well so far, and whether you're hitting your goals or not, always remember, read victoriously.